know in the chat box. It will be easy for me. Yes, thank you.
एकदम राम्रोसँग आवाज आछ, एकदम राम्रोसँग छ।
So म यसलाई चाहिँ इङ्ग्लिस प्लस नेपालीमा नै व्याख्या गर्नेछु हैन पुरै प्रोसेसलाई। सो कसैलाई केही प्रब्लम भयो भने प्लिज राइट अन द च्याट बक्स हैन। सो आई विल अल्सो कन्टिन्यू इट इन नेपाली or continue either. If no problem, then I will continue in English. Is that fine with everyone? Thank you. So I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. And I just heard a discussion with the Gokul ji and Kusal ji. So I have some suggestions, some comments which I would like to put on the floor after this whole presentations or whatever we say workshop. So bear with me. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
Okay, so we have 3 sessions, and what we have is we have CV. हामीले CV को बारेमा कुरा गर्छौं हैन, as written in the advertisement हैन, or you can say announcement from Unites. So thank you very much Unites to invite me as a resource persons to give this workshop. So we have CV, then we have some like this proposal writing, and we have then interview. So there is a sort mistake, or what we can say, there is a sort gap on this design, because CV, after CV should be followed by interview, and then we should go for this proposal writing, because after submitting CV or resume, you immediately go for an interview if your CV is shortlisted. So there is only written CV, but you can see that I have also written resume, right? So these days we say CV and resume is same, but there is a very big difference between CV and resume. But we not only come across CV and resume. This is the whole thing which I was talking about, that there is how to write CV, proposal writing, and then interview method. So we will shift proposal writing later, and maybe tomorrow we will talk about interview methods, and then proposal writing. So look, the thing is, we will talk about CV, resume, and biodata. So what is CV, what is resume, and what is biodata? And this is the total outline which I'm going to talk today in this very workshop. So we'll talk about CV, resume, and biodata. We'll talk about resume writing elements. So what should you follow? What are the elements of the resume? Then we will also discuss about CV writing elements. So it's a little bit similar, but few factors make it stand alone as a CV. And then we will talk about do's and don'ts in both CV and resume. And then we will make analysis of CV and resume. So we will put some CV, and then we'll analyze that what is the mistake in this CV, how this CV is written, or this resume is written. And I forget to add one more thing, that after this session, what we will do is I will introduce you like 2 more tools rather than Microsoft Word, where you can make your CV. Like there are many tools, and some of the best tools are there, which I personally use, like when I was in IIT campus, and when I was in abroad. So these are the things which were like the professional people use some of these tools to make their CV become very well and presentable and convincing to the like employer or different universities for the higher studies. So moving forward, we will talk about CV, resume, and biodata. So what is CV, what is resume, and what is biodata? So let me tell you is CV and resume are two different things, and biodata is something which is a traditional name of CV and resume. सो बायोडाटालाई हामी के भन्छ भन्दाखेरि पहिला पहिला चाहिँ हामी के भन्थ्यौँ भन्दाखेरि सिभीको र रिज्युमेको ठाउँमा चाहिँ बायोडाटा पठाउनुस् बायोडाटा दिनुस् भनेर हामी भन्थ्यौँ सो बायोडाटा इज नथिङ बट अ ट्रेडिसनल नेम or a conventional name for CV and resume or but CV and resume are two different things. So what is the difference between CV, resume, and biodata? I already told you that biodata, we are just saying that it is a traditional name of this CV and resume, and we will discuss about CV and resume. So look, what CV is, a CV is very flexible and which where you can put a lot of information. I know. So CV, here what is written as CV is used in academic research, oriented job search. So CV चाहिँ एउटा स्पेसिफिक जब सर्चहरुको लागि हैन अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ तपाईको मेन गरी चाहिँ हायर एकाडेमिक्सको लागि एन्ड इफ यु हेभ अ लट अफ एक्सपिरियन्स इन डिफरेंट फिल्ड्स है and you have a lot to tell, then you can write CV because there is the limitations of the pages which you put and the limitations of the information you put in your in the paper is more than the resume. CV is flexible of length. As I told you that the page numbers could be increased. It could be 3 pages or 4 pages, but ideally we refer that CV should also be not more than 3 pages, as many employer or many universities or many research organization or corporate world refer that they don't want to read a lot of papers or a lot of information. So CV, what CV does is a CV record. CV is a record of your academic accomplishment and different credentials. So CV is a total it is a total your bibliography, or what you can say. It tells all about you, from your from your age, from your what is your marital status, or what is your birth date, or which ethnic group you belong to, what is your gender, either male, female, or different other gender. It also explains that where is your home, which languages you know how to speak. So CV could accommodate all those things. But whereas resume, so resume resume is used in a business, non-profit, government, and other types of jobs. So resume is specifically for different job searches, and it is very straightforward that तपाईहरुले resume-मा चाहिने कुरो मात्र लेख्ने कि, and जुन चाहिँ तपाईको कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि the better resume are meant to be only 1 page or maximum 2 pages if you have a lot of experience while doing a job search and you have 10 years of experience. So you must write those experience, right? What you did in one company, then you do it in another company, what was your role. So in that case it could become 2 pages, but ideally best resume is just 1 page, and you just write your academic achievements, like how much you got in your high school or your undergraduate, master, or then which project you did, and your interest, and your personal detail is only required as your name. In resume, what is your marital status, what is your gender, what is your either a lot of languages, doesn't matter there in resume. So they just look is this what experience you have, the language could be one of the beneficial point, and you can add, but again which type of job you are applying. So according to that the structure of means massing, it should be targeted to a particular job in a particular field. So तपाईले चाहिँ सपोज सिभी चाहिँ तपाईको एउटा ओभरअल भयो, जुन चाहिँ सिभीले तपाईले जहाँ पनि पठाउन सक्नुहुन्छ हैन, एउटा सर्टेन सिभी. बट रिज्युमे इज भेरी स्पेसिफिक, and तपाईँ माइक्रोसफ्टको लागि एप्लाई गरिराख्नु भएको छ भने चाहिँ what is the job criteria which Microsoft announces हैन if नेपालमै तपाईँ एनसेलले एउटा एनाउन्समेन्ट गरेर छ भ्याकेन्सी निकालेछ भने त्यो अनुसारले चाहिँ तपाईले आफ्नो एक्सपिरियन्सहरु बनाएर हैन which you have बनाएर भन्दा पनि not false but which you have so त्यो तरिकाले चाहिँ एउटा टार्गेटेड जबको लागि चाहिँ रिज्युमे बनाइन्छ है so we'll talk about resume and its element I will show you some one or two example of resume so this is a one page resume यो चाहिँ MIT को स्टुडेन्टहरुको बनाउँछन् हैन so it is my friend's resume है तिन उले चाहिँ उसको यो resume हो है and this is just a one page resume when he was graduating so most this workshop is also meant for the IT graduates right? So whenever you graduate you make this type of resume one page resume for a professional career and this is something which I was in IIT and this was our format to make a resume so I didn't write like different things so here I have written my gender as well but this is not too necessary right my date of birth might be necessary but I have not mentioned which language most of the things is my academic projects my seminar key courses I have taken and different coding things I have done and my credentials in different different academic career so moving forward we have elements of resume so look what is the objective of a resume so हामी के कुरा गर्छौं resume भन्दाखेरि a targeted statement that clearly states the type of job you are seeking so when for example when we were making resume we have to make like 2 or 3 specific resume for example I'm not saying it should be like very straightforward to one company or you are applying 5 company then you make 5 type of resume no the thing is it should be job oriented not company oriented for example if you are applying for an IT company then your resume should be IT oriented if you are applying for academic colleges university your resume should be an academic oriented if you are applying for a mechanical workshop your resume should be mechanical oriented so it should be specifically for job oriented you don't mistake it with a company oriented resume so another is good objectives are very specific like to work with the so you generally write about your personal statement or your objective so like for example when you write objective then you have to be very specific and very clear for example to work with the design and development of a new computer system with a special interest in microprocessor application so that could be your objective to go in some like a microchip or microcontroller company like position in a public opinion polling and consumer product market research is using skill survey design and statistical analysis this could be some of your objectives to join certain targeted jobs so your objectives should be also very clear and convincing to the person or to the HRs who will take your interview or shortlist you just by looking your resume another like there are more others like resume have different sections so one of the section is a summary of your qualifications so it should be very short it should not be very like it should not take a lot of spaces it should be very confined it should be very concise I know and your profile should mention it a summary of relevant skill knowledge and different accomplishment have you accomplished your bachelor's or your master's or high school so it should be very confined be specific tailor these sections to the job to which you are applying like if you have some skills like coding and you are applying for a IT company if you have some data analytical experience or you have taken few workshops or few training then you can go for as a data analyst like if it is well written like these sections can really help a potential employer to focus so if you are very up to the mark and तपाईहरुले चाहिँ पुरै चाहिँ आफ्नो चाहिँ यो जुन job position को लागि गरिराख्नु भएको त्यो job specific CV छ and you're just mentioning those terms in a in a way that your specific experience or specific your skills are reflecting those job positions. So तपाईहरुलाई चाहिँ तिनीहरुले चाहिँ सर्ट लिस्ट गर्छ. सो लुक कुनै पनि इम्प्लोयरले कुनै पनि जब के अरे दिने मान्छेहरुले एचआरहरुले चाहिँ एउटा सिभी चाहिँ दे डोन्ट वेस्ट अ लट अफ टाइम, दे डोन्ट रिड इट लाइक अ स्टोरी, दे जस्ट सी फर 15 to 20 seconds and they decide either I have to read this CV, either I have to dig more information in the CV, it is interesting or not, or I should just make it side and go for another CV, another person. So your CV should also reflect very well. So starting my money. So if it is well written, can really help your potential employer to focus on your strength. Think carefully about what you have to offer. So तपाईले चाहिँ यो भनेपछि it's not about offering like the HR offer how much salary you will take, or so what you offer is your skills. So what are the potentials you have that company could get benefited. So there is a chance एउटा चाहिँ के job rule हुन्छ भनेपछि whatever salary you are getting, company is seeking 3 times profit than your salary. So if you're getting like 1 lakh per month, company should make 3 lakhs per month, then only he can give you 1 lakh per month. So that type of intuitions HR or a company owner should get when they see your CV and their skills that he or she can perform such tasks in a such environment which can benefit their company. So another like education. So educations, educational degree, expected date of completion. So that is very important. Kun year ma complete garnu bhayo, so that they will analyze that do you have a gap or do you have some experience, what did you do in that period, relevant coursework, honors and awards also. For example, have you been to any boot camp or hackathon or different things. So that makes very good sense for a resume to be better. You might also consider placing your experience section first. So यसलाई चाहिँ तपाईले चाहिँ switch गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ हैन. So whatever makes you think that whichever is better, your academic degree is better or your experience is better. So if your academic marks are less but your experience, your like your hands-on different work or different tools or with different projects is better, and you have achieved something in your experience or your some career, so you can put your experience section first and then education. So people will impressed by your experience and they will not care a lot about your academics. Or if your academics is very good and you have a little less impressive experience, then you can put your educational degree on the top. And okay, he might not get a chance, but what is there is he have a very excellent academics, he is a very knowledgeable person. So त्यो एउटा कुरो हुन सक्छ है. So either your skill will work or at the first is किनभने he don't know you, the person who is going to employ you, he do not know you. So त्यसले चाहिँ either तपाईको यो education हेरेर impress हुन सक्छ, otherwise your experience हेरेर. So if you have both very good, then त्यसलाई सुनमा सुहागा भन्छ, त्यही हैन, त्यही चाहिँ हो. So another is we have experience. So in this sections, like think in terms of experiments, not employment or work or history. So कस्तो term को experience तपाईले लिनु भएको छ है. So experience ले not तपाईले employment भन्दा पनि कस्तो खालको project मा हैन तपाईको चाहिँ काम गर्नु भएको छ, what did you achieve in those project, what you meant to do हैन. So that kind of एउटा चाहिँ essence आउनु पर्छ तपाईको experience बाट हैन. Be sure to include internship and unpaid positions in if they are relevant. So एउटा चाहिँ ग्रेजुएट चाहिँ स्टार्टिङमा के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि इन्टर्नशिप दे क्यान डु हैन, टु गेट सम एक्सपिरियन्स. व्हाट दे डु इज दे अल्सो वर्क भोलन्टियरली. सो voluntarily work पनि तपाईले मेन्सन गर्न सक्नुपर्छ त्यहाँनिर हैन you have to mention that I work voluntarily for this position for this much time and this was my job हैन so I was handling this section so you also be sure that you also mention that as your first job will require some of your experience either it a paid experience or unpaid experience so this matters a lot if you are a fresher be concise on your description what you did so you have to be very concise you don't write a story just one liner experience have to be you have to be very specific हैन एक लाइनमा तपाईले चाहिँ डिस्क्राइब गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ कि what experience you had in which area हैन and कहिले के थियो तपाईको पोजिसन भनेपछि what was your role in that work do not use responsibilities included है so the duties were right so यस्तो टाइपको वर्ड्स चाहिँ युज गर्नु हुँदैन हैन सो तपाईले चाहिँ मैले भने नि कन्साइज भएर चाहिँ लेख्ने है so this is like these phrases make your those experience sentence very longer right? And that could make people irritated because these things comes very oftenly translate specialized skill and interest to everyday language right? So this is important for example there are some specialized skill and interest into everyone like everybody language right? So तपाईले चाहिँ कुनै कुनै कुरोहरु चाहिँ सबैले बुझ्ने गरी लेख्नु पर्छ हैन it's not saying about language in a linguistic term but in a term of understanding है so कुनै कुरो हुन्छ हैन and that signifies some local terms हैन so त्यो तरिकाले तपाईले चाहिँ एक्सप्रेस गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ आफ्नो रिज्युमेमा so now some additional and optional categories so this could be some additional and optional categories you might add if you have some space left so this could be like a cherry on a cake if you have a very good achievements on these things like professional membership either you like for example this organization Unites so Unites is a very reputed organization in for the IT people so if you have a professional membership for that so that could really help you because the employer will think that you are very much linked with like-minded people and you have a sort of experience you might not write that on the CV but you might will be attending a lot of this type of programs or like workshops as a membership so as a member and some leadership skills if you have done some leadership as like as in Leo or something like that some community activities like if you have served in earthquake relief camps त्यस्तोहरुमा चाहिँ के computer skills के छ तपाईको हैन like I know Python I know this Java I know Laravel I know .NET or I did this I can use this machines these tools right so this could be one of the thing so skills you say a generic term on so skills I know Python I know these things but if you have just space you mention this otherwise your project your experience will all means automatically explain because your project need those kind of skills which employer also know so you don't need not to tell them separately that yes I did this project because I know Python so if there is space then you can add this publication presentation is a very good thing if you have so तपाईसँग कुनै research publications or if you have published some data if you have presented your work somewhere in some companies if you have some like pitching so you should include that there in a very short form that okay this is this my publication but you can explain that in CV in a much briefer way so additional information so if you have something then you can also mention there like okay my hobbies is I like additional information could be your hobby or like in your like which game you like or in the free time what you like to do so that will reflect your personality as well like in what type of person you are now moving towards resume what should we do and what should we don't so there are few things we have to be very much careful. हामीले चाहिँ एकदम ध्यान दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ रिज्युमे बनाउने बेला हैन कि हामीले के गर्ने र के नगर्ने भनेर चाहिँ गर्ने भन्दा पनि नगर्ने के नगर्ने भन्ने कुरो चाहिँ धेरै नै इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ सो म पहिला के गर्ने भन्ने कुरोमा चाहिँ आउँछु हैन सो लुक हामीले के गर्नुपर्छ रिज्युमे बनाउँदा डु थिंक यो रिज्युमे एज एन एड फर योर क्वालिफिकेसन नट अ अटोबायोग्राफी सो मैले तपाईलाई भनिसके हैन CV could be everything हैन about yourself so resume is something it's like तपाईको एउटा पम्पलेट जस्तो हुन्छ नि मेबी तपाईहरुले एसएलसी दिने बेला अर प्लस 2 दिने बेला चाहिँ सर्टेन यो के रे तपाईको सेन्टर्सहरुले चाहिँ के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि एउटा पम्पलेट जस्तो बाड्छ एडभर्टाइजमेन्ट जस्तो बाड्छन् नि हैन सो योर रिज्युम शुड बी लाइक दैट you should sell yourself है so resume is something which will explain your qualities so that the HR will look it and buy you हैन or give interest on you so to hire you so that should be an ad of yourself right do being each bullet points with a verb so resume मा तपाई सेन्टेन्स नलेख्नुस् हैन डिफरेंट प्याराग्राफ्स मा नलेख्नुस् हैन मेक इट अ बुलेट पोइन्ट so that it will be very easy to understand हैन and like on a specific terms do include paid and unpaid experience as I already told you हैन to demonstrate the range of what you have done है so के गर्नु भएको छ so paid र unpaid experience दुबै लेख्नुस् है and do show the readers why you are a good match for the particular job so it comes as a personal statement or objective so okay हामीले objectives को कुरा गर्यो हैन so that will define that why you are good for match for this job हैन so what is your motivation behind applying for this job so you can write that in your objectives हैन do make several resumes with each one targeting a particular field so पहिले मैले भनिसके है it should be job oriented not company oriented right so तपाईको आईटी फिल्ड मा जानु छ कि एनर्जी को फिल्ड मा जानु छ कि तपाईलाई सिभिल कन्स्ट्रक्सन को फिल्ड मा जानु छ कि हैन so for examples हैन you have experience in different field हैन तपाईलाई फाइनान्स को फिल्ड मा जानु छ कि बैंकिङ को फिल्ड मा so त्यो अनुसारले field specific several resumes बनाउनुस् हैन and whenever there is openings you can send resumes to different fields it's not necessary that you just learn IT and it's only for this codings and making softwares it could be also utilized for banking purposes right so this को आफ्नो setup मा can somebody mute other people thank you okay so do look at other resumes to see how they are written so अरु तपाईले चाहिँ के जस्तो अघि हाम्रो discussion भइरहेको थियो गोकुलजीले पनि भन्यो he is also looking on to different resumes how they are being prepared so that is very good thing हैन so you are analyzing and you are reviewing different things how they have written and you come with a very innovative resume so that will help you to cope up with different company needs है resume do's धेरै do'sहरु छ है तपाईको चाहिँ अरु तपाई चाहिँ what you can use is reverse chronology हैन the most recent position in your first entry तपाईले चाहिँ त्यो गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ तपाई जुन chronology तपाईको जुन एउटा स्टेप वाइज हुन्छ नि सो तपाईले चाहिँ सुरुमा चाहिँ मोस्ट रिसेन्ट पोजिसन राखेर अनि त्यसपछि त्यो भन्दा पहिला के थियो त्यो राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ अदरवाइज व्हाट यु डु इज टप टु बटम राख्नुहुन्छ नि हैन टपमा भनेपछि सबभन्दा पहिलाको काम राख्नुहुन्छ सो यु हैव टु मेन्टेन योर अन क्रोनोलोजी हैन सो दैट पीपल विल थिंक दैट हाउ from which field you immediately come what was the immediate past experience or even in education what was the immediate past educational qualification do format your resume very clearly it should be very clear and your font size your everything do proofread many times तपाईले चाहिँ आफ्नो रिज्युम बनाइसकेपछि चाहिँ 5 पटल 10 पल्ट हैन जति पल्ट हेर्नुस् हैन तपाईको फन्ट साइज तपाईको स्पेलिंग्स तपाईको ग्रामर्स हैन बिकज इन द प्रोफेशनल जब्स दैट मैटर्स अ लट है तपाईले चाहिँ एउटा स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक गर्नु भएको छ भनेपछि people if the employer is very much like experience, then what he can say that okay, so he didn't find out this, then how could he solve the problem? Otherwise, if you are an analyst or if you are a quality analysis in a IT company, then how could you find a bug if you cannot find a letter mistake in this word? Your word is misspelled. So that kind of impression could also come, right? Another is like, do ask others to look at your resume. So तपाईले resume कतिलाई पठाउनु भन्दा अगाडि, so these are something हैन, so to satisfy yourself हैन, तपाईले अरूलाई पनि resume देखाउनु. So you might not notice what is the mistake in your resume, but other people can give you critics. So it's not that त्यसले चाहिँ तपाईलाई चाहिँ नराम्रो भन्छ. So you have to take it as a critics. It's not like it's opposing your resume or saying your bad resume is bad, but they are giving a critic. So take whatever bad comments you take as a critics, then you can improve your resume. So everything is a critics. Bad, every bad things could be a critic, to for your own beneficial. So do remember that most employers will only look at your resume. मैले भनिसके अघि हैन, 15 देखि 20-30 सेकेन्ड सम्म मात्र हेर्छन् हैन, दुई चारवटा कुरो पढ्छन्. So if they strike something good हैन, okay, this is matching our requirement, then they will look all what else you have done. Otherwise, if they will find nothing, means on the first look, then they will just make your resume side. Don't. So this is very important thing, right? Don't make your reader dig for the information. So तपाईको चाहिँ specific informationsहरु जुन हुन्छ नि, त्यो चाहिँ पहिले reflect गर्नु. You have to maintain a chronology हैन, which information you should put at first, which information you should put second, then third, then fourth. And so a better chronology, a better strategy will make your resume stand alone in different resumes, right? And it will be selected. Don't tell everything you have ever done, है. तपाईले चाहिँ सबै कुरा चाहिँ अब मैले चाहिँ यहाँ पनि काम गरे, पछि मैले चाहिँ के रे एक अलि दिन चाहिँ कृषिमा पनि काम गरे. सो मैले भनिसके हैन, you have to be field oriented, है. तपाईको जे फिल्ड छ त्यही एक्सपिरियन्स मात्र भन्ने हो. अब तपाईले स्कुलमा पनि पढाउनु भएको थियो हैन. When I was in SLC, I also teach tuitions, give home tuitions to these things. So they don't need this information. So everything चाहिँ तपाईले इन्क्लुड गर्नु पर्दैन त्यहाँनेरि हैन. Don't use complete sentences, है. तपाईं चाहिँ पुरै एकदम लेन्दी सेन्टेन्सेसहरु युज नगर्नी हैन. So you have to be very specific, like a bullet points हैन. So I did this. Don't include personal information such as age, race, marital status, or health status. So these are not so important things in the resume. Don't make your resume too dense, busy, or cute. So again, your resume should be very simple, very clear, हैन. तपाईको त्यो font size, तपाईको त्यो color, तपाईको त्यो font जुन हुन्छ टाइम्स न्यू रोमनमा राख्नुस्, रकवेलमा राख्नुस्, एरियलमा राख्नुस्. अब चाहिँ तपाई अर्को font डिजाइनर fonts. So it's not like it's not your wedding card. It's something it's not a greeting card. It's a resume. So you have to make a simplicity, eh? So this is very important. Don't use font smaller than 10 points, eh? So the thing is, you have to tell a lot of things, and what I will do is I will decrease the size, हैन. र मेरो धेरै इन्फर्मेसन आउन सक्छ एउटा पेजमा भनेपछि त्यस्तो पनि नगर्नु होला, है. This is not terms and conditions को जुन हुन्छ नि तपाईको डिफरेन्ट फर्म्समा एकदम सानो सानो लेटरमा लेखेको त्यो पनि होइन. So you have to treat resume as resume. It should be very concise, but also it should be clear, so and readable, eh? So 10 points भन्दा कम चाहिँ font size नराख्नु होला. Don't use fancy fonts. मैले अघि नै भनिसके different type of fancy fontsहरु चाहिँ use गर्नु हुँदैन. That makes the reader irritating, हैन. So either this resume is written by some like some kid or something like that, हैन. So he is making some very like fancy stuff. Okay, so this all was about resume, हैन. So the thing is, if you are freshly graduated or you are looking for your first job and you have like very small experience, like if your experience is like 2-3 years and you are looking for company, then you should go for resume rather than CV, eh? So CV, if you are looking for higher studies, then you should go with CV, because CV will have like length. They don't have a length limitations, I know. Though you can write 3 pages to 5 pages. लाइक हामी रिज्युमेमा के गर्छौँ भन्दाखेरि एउटा मेजर डिफरेन्स होइन, हामी रेफरेन्स लेख्दैनौँ तर सिभीमा हामी रेफरेन्स लेख्छौँ, मान्छेको रेफरेन्सेस दिन्छौँ होइन। सो सिभी इज यु सेलिङ योर सेल्फ, रिज्युमे इज सरी सिभी इज त्यसको कुरोलाई चाहिँ प्रुभ आउट गर्नको लागि चाहिँ यु गिभ वान रेफरेन्स, बट रिज्युमे इज समथिङ द्याट यु सेलिङ योर सेल्फ। सो द्याट इज वान अफ द भेरी मेजर डिफरेन्स है। Now CV, so like there are a lot of formats of CV, धेरै छन् हैन। So I am not saying that this format is very best or that format is very best है, सबैको आफ्नो आफ्नो एउटा फर्मेट होला हैन, कसैले फोटो हाल्छन् होला आफ्नो सिभीमा, कसैले फोटो हाल्दैन होला। So I have given like 3 formats हैन my own CV है। So you can see this this is one format है जुनमा चाहिँ very concise गरेर मैले आफ्नो यो जेन्डरहरु राखेको छु हैन। Then I started work experience हैन, so and following on छ है। So यो चाहिँ एउटा क्रोनोलोजी चाहिँ मेन्टेन नै गरेको छ हैन, यसमा चाहिँ मैले त्यो गरेको छु। यो CV type 2 छ हैन, and it is little bit different है, and I have also maintained like this है। So यसमा चाहिँ माथि चाहिँ एउटा यो लेफ्ट साइडमा चाहिँ माथि डेट लेखाएको छ, कहिलेदेखि कहिलेसम्म गरे। सेकेन्डमा चाहिँ तपाईको एक्ज्याक्टली कुन कम्पनीको गरे अनि त्यसको चाहिँ साइडमा डेट लेखेको छ हैन। And then I have this third type of format हैन, जुनमा चाहिँ this line represents the timeline है। So यसरी चाहिँ तल जाँदै गयो है भन्दाखेरि स्टार्टिङमा चाहिँ के भयो, त्यसपछि के भयो के भयो के भयो, 2020 मा के भयो। So this is not just one page, there is a lot of pages, I will show you हैन later। म एकछिन पछि तपाईलाई त्यो different types of CV को full page देखाउने छु। So this is 3 types of my own eh? Now elements of CV, so they look, resume and CV have a lot of common things, but the thing alone from resume and resume standalone from CV. So one is proof of reading, you know? So it's all and another is it's all about you. So it's all about you means not just you but everything about you. You have to put everything what you have on भनेपछि तपाईको एक्सपिरियन्स, तपाईको एज, तपाईको म्यारिटल स्टेटस, तपाईले चाहिँ के गर्नुभयो, तपाईले एसएलसी पछि के गर्नुभयो हैन, either you teach in school, then you worked in a factory, then you went for you started a business as a fish farmer, then you did your BSc IT, then you work as a IT technician, then you did your MSc IT, then now you are a manager in a company, you know, your versatile job also you can mention here. So CV are an opportunity to show an employer why you are an ideal candidate for the jobs, and like your versatility you can show a good CV stand out from the crowd. So यसमा चाहिँ तपाईले CV मा धेरै कुरो लेख्न सक्नुहुन्छ हैन, बट अगेन है तपाईको त्यो सुरुमा चाहिँ एक्सपिरियन्सहरुले चाहिँ तपाईलाई चाहिँ त्यसलाई स्ट्यान्ड अलोन चाहिँ गर्छ नै है CV ले पनि, because there are a lot of information and they can view your overall from the beginning to the last हैन, तपाईले जे राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ हैन, your different experience हैन, तपाईको different experience in different fields also. So and your versatility हैन, तपाईको चाहिँ pressure management हरु हैन, so यो field मा जानु भयो हैन, then यो field मा then you again started jobs, you have some gaps, what you did in gaps हैन. So this right draw जस्तो यहाँ छ हैन, a good CV will draw attention to your relevant skills, experience, achievements and potential. So what is your academic qualification or whatever field you are working, so you must have a little bit more experience on that field हैन, तपाईको चाहिँ examples त्यसमै हुन्छ। So त्यसले चाहिँ attention draw गर्छ है, create such an expression on the employer that they will not be able to turn down. So you have to write a lot, like many specific things about you, right? So you have to, the thing is you have to make yourself very better, right? Whenever तपाईले चाहिँ for example CV is something like you तपाई चाहिँ एउटा कपडा रेडीमेड कपडाको कपडा बेच्ने मान्छे हो हैन, अनि त्यो कपडा चाहिँ तपाईको jeans, for example jeans woman, that is your CV, and you have to make the customer as an employer that your CV is the very big thing, and he should understand that. Not तपाईले explain गरेर and तपाईको जुन त्यहाँ मौखिक explain हुन्छ जुन चाहिँ तपाईले चाहिँ CV मा हाल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ. You are the best, so you have to present yourself best here. Everyone has a potential, and everyone has more skills than they think they do. Everyone can write a good CV. So look, I'm saying that there is no specific format, but there are some standard format, specific formats, standard format. So everybody can write a good CV, and according to him, it could be good CV. And we have few discussions that what should we give from rating from 1 to 10, or should we give him 5? So it's not about giving ratings to a CV or giving your skills to a CV. The thing is not analyzing yourself by giving rating, but what you can do is what you have done so far, right? So that could be analogy. So तपाईले आफैलाई त एनालाइज गर्न सक्नुहुन्न, but employerले तपाईलाई तपाईको CV हेरेर पक्कै तपाईलाई एनालाइज गर्छ. What he will do is when he have 10 CVs, and then he will certainly give a rating from 1 to 10 to different people, and whoever have the better rating, he will shortlist it. So it's not like you giving yourself a rating. What you can give is you can give your best, right? तपाईले चाहिँ आफ्नो बेस्ट दिने हो, त्यो रेटिङ दिने होइन आफूलाई, हैन, and you should give your best. So that is the thing which talks about all about you, right? Another is proofreading, right? So one obvious but often overlooked aspect of good CV writing is proofreading, for spelling, punctuations, and other errors. So spelling, punctuations, and your language, right? What type of language use garnu bhako cha, so that is also like the things which is you have to be very careful while writing a CV, right? CV should be checked, drafted, redrafted, and then checked again. So because CV have a lot of information, there is a lot of chances that you miss a lot of things, and तपाईले चाहिँ different error गरेको हुन सक्छ, grammar mistake भएको हुन सक्छ. So you have to check and recheck and then recheck. Then you can also send it to your friends to check, kasto cha, your trusted friends, and then you can then send it to different companies or different universities, so that the rejection possibility is very less. Sorry. Make sure that your CV is the best document you possess. So whatever document you have, तपाईको नागरिकतादेखि लिएर तपाईको तपाईको बारेमा अथवा तपाईको कुण्डली, हैन, जेसुकै होस्, तपाईको CV चाहिँ make sure that your CV is the best document, हैन, best paper about you, है, तपाईलाई explain गर्ने, हैन, एउटा best document होस्, हैन. So in that way you have to make your CV, है, it could make all the differences to get to that interview. So your CV will decide, your CV will be rated. You will not rate your skills. Nobody will rate your this because nobody knows you, no company knows you. So who will rate your skills? So the employer, the HR will surely rate your skills, or you, ultimately you, right? So they will rate you on the basis of your CV. So कुशलजीले जुन स्टार्टमा भन्नुभयो कि, हैन, CV कसैको CV हेरेर नै मन पर्दैन, हैन, and हामीले साइड लगाउँछौँ. Might be he is genius, or the thing is his skill is very good, but how should I know that? The thing is for me to understand is only a medium is a CV. I cannot entertain as an HR or as an employer. I cannot entertain everyone for a cup of tea or cup of coffee to my office and talk with him for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and entertain him, give him a laptop, tell me that what you know, what you don't know. So that is a very lengthy process, and that is not a good process as well. So what you do is use CV is very important in that case. So whatever you know, whatever you do, like in many places, like in many countries, even in Nepal, what people do is they go for different cyber cafes, and they go to different computer institutions, and they tell them that sir, please make my CV if they don't have a good CV making skills. So त्यो पनि तपाईहरुले हेर्नु भयो होला, हैन. So त्यस्तो केसेसहरु चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ अनुभव गरेको छु, हैन. So तपाईले अनुभव गर्नु भएको छ कि छैन? So please if you know, then you can also write in message box, or we can discuss further after this presentation, right? CVs मा पनि do's and don'ts छ हैन. So just like this resume हैन. So it's a little bit same हैन. CV use standard font size in black ink है. So different colors को use नगर्नुस् किनभने चाहिँ कसैले पनि तपाईको कलर प्रिन्ट निकाल्दैन हैन. तिनीहरुले चाहिँ black and white प्रिन्टै निकाल्छन् है mostly. So and just these days sorry, just these days what happens is हाम्रो चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि online medium बाट हामी email पठाउँछौं. So we make few color adjustment हैन, but it should be very simple है. So whenever you are printing your CV, it should be very black so that your print will also come very well. Include your recent relevant work हैन, मैले भनिसके paid and volunteer हैन. Be consistent on your layout. तपाईको लेआउट कन्सिस्टेन्ट हुनुपर्छ. फर एक्जाम्पल द फन्ट साइज शुड बी कन्सिस्टेन्ट हैन. तपाईको चाहिँ अब एक्सपिरियन्स एजुकेसन पछि एक्सपिरियन्स आयो, त्यसपछि के गर्नुभयो हैन, त्यसपछि तपाईको के आयो. सो यो टाइमलाइन, यो क्रोनोलोजी शुड बी भेरी मच हैन, तपाईको चाहिँ त्यो कन्सिस्टेन्ट हुनुपर्छ हैन. लिस्ट योर स्किल एन्ड अचिभमेन्ट हैन एन्ड ब्याकअप विथ एभिडेन्स. सो तपाईको चाहिँ कुनै अचिभमेन्ट छ, फर एक्जाम्पल ओके आई won a hackathon. So best programmer in hackathon है. For example पुलचोक hackathon लेख्दियो हैन, त्यति मात्र पुग्दैन कि तपाईले के लेख्नु पर्छ भन्दा कुन डेटमा त्यो hackathon भएको थियो, कसले अर्गनाइज गरेको थियो. Most possibly if there is any link which have the data or mention that yeah you are the winner, that will make a very strong point, and and the HR or the employer will see it, and he will think that he might check or he might not check, but his first impression will be that yeah he have also given some evidence, some proof. So he will certainly go through more in your CV, and he will certainly look to your CV for the further process. Keep it in short है. So मैले भनिसके CV मा लेन्थ को त्यस्तो लिमिटेसन नभए पनि an ideal is 2 to 3 पेज है, maximum 3 पेज. 3 पेज भन्दा बढी भयो भने चाहिँ different universities हरु, different companies हैन, and different scholarship organizations agencies हरुले पनि मान्दैनन् CV है. तिनीहरुले भन्छन् maximum 2 or 3 pages maximum भन्छन् हैन. So that is the thing है. So सकेसम्म चाहिँ सर्टै राख्नु होला हैन. Use a positive action verb. So your grammar should be also very good. You should work on grammar whenever you are writing something. So there are many tools these days. पहिला पो हामीलाई चाहिँ इंग्लिशै राम्रो आउनु पर्थ्यो, अहिले के रे एडिसन सब्स्ट्रैक्सन गर्न म्याथै आउनु पर्थ्यो, अहिले क्याल्कुलेटर छ हामीसँग हैन. Different tools we have. For grammar what you can use is Grammarly. There is a free tool हैन. So you can use Grammarly, you can add extension in your Google Chrome or your Microsoft Word, and then you can write whatever you want to write. So it should be organized, delivered, accomplished, and achieved. So it should include a statement about your career aspiration and what you have to offer the employer. So this talks about the objectives. Objectives clear. Be honest but positive. Negative can always be turned into positive. If even you have something which is not good, which you think is a negative, but if you are honest, you have written it honestly, then it can also turn into be positive. Like okay, your grades are very consistent. So what you can write is okay, I was very much like sensitized or by this singing, or so these grades are consistent, but your experience is very good. So that could be turned into positive. So I hope that everyone of you have remember the movie 3 Idiots. So त्यसमा हाम्रो के रे जसको खुट्टा भाँचेको हुन्छ हैन, सो त्यसलाई त्यही क्वेशन गर्छ तपाईको मार्क्स किन consistent छ, किन कम छ हैन, and why your leg is broken, and then why should I give you job, and finally he appeared to be very honest that he tried to suicide, and later he got the job. So this is this is an example from a movie, but it can be also relatable to your real life, not real life but also real life. प्रुफ रिड अफ स्पेलिङ पङ्क्चुएसन मैले भनिसकेँ नि, यो ग्रामर, त्यसको वर्डको के मिनिङ हुन्छ. सो दिस इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट. गेट समवन टु चेक इट फर यु है. So even if you are confident about your CV, make it checked by your friends or your teacher or parents, your brother, sister, someone who have a good experience as well. So this will make your CV more perfect. So you can get some critics out of it so that you can correct those. CV ma don't. So हामी के नगर्ने, डु इट इन अ रस. कहिले पनि सिभी तपाईँ एकदम हतार, ओके मलाई भोलि एउटा चाहिँ एप्लिकेसन भ्याकेन्सी छ, आज सिभी बनाउनु पर्यो र हतार हतार गरेर जे छ त्यो छ होइन कपी पेस्ट गरेर हालिदिने होइन. सो त्यस्तो गऱ्यो भने यु विल डु अ लट अफ मिस्टेक्स. लिभ ग्याप्स इन इम्प्लोइमेन्ट. फर इक्जाम्पल अब इम्प्लोइमेन्ट सेक्सन्स छ होइन, अनि तपाईँले चाहिँ ग्याप राखिदिनु भएको छ होइन, त्यसमा चाहिँ कुनै एकदम ग्याप्स छ त्यहाँनिर होइन, स्पेस धेरै छ भनेपछि त्यस्तो पनि नगर्ने. यो फर्मेटिङ सुड बी अल्सो भेरी गुड है. अनि प्रिसाइज हुनुपर्छ. मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेन्टली फल्स इन्फर्मेसन. ओके मैले एसएलसी दिएँ होइन, मेरो एसएलसीमा प्रोबेबली 63% आएछ, बट वाट आई एम राइटिङ इज 83%. Yes, these days what happen is many companies do not ask your certificates, and they will just analyze through your CV. They might call you for an interview, and again they might not ask your certificates. But the thing is, the time they will ask your certificate, then that will become a very big problem for you. So never write a false information in your CV or even in resume. So this is very resume ma generally के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि in the universities, universities को जुन placement हरू हुन्छ, so all the certificates are verified, then only the resume is approved in MIT or IIT. So in different different other like Caltech, or in Japan there is Tokyo Institute of Technology, in Korea that is KAIST, Korean Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, in Thailand this Asian Institute of Technology. So these universities have such system. So first they the internal committee, the university only verify those certificates, then only you can put those things on the resume. So in the university, but if you are alone, if you are individual and you're preparing a resume for this companies, then and or a CV for a different company or university, then you should not write any false information. Include irrelevant personal details such as marital status, right? So तपाईको चाहिँ marital status is तपाईले CV मा राख्न सक्नुहुन्छ, but it's preferable that don't put it, because this is very irrelevant है these days है. तपाईको चाहिँ अरु कुनै कुनै काममा चाहिँ यो इम्पोर्टेन्ट गर्छ हैन. फर एक्जाम्पल इन नेपाल in many cases this is asked है, किनभने चाहिँ there is a different taxation like rule for a married person or unmarried person. So so while dealing with the salary and the tax rule, explaining about the tax rule, this could be important, but in most of the cases this information is not so important. So some irrelevant personal details you can just avoid it. For example, तपाईको Facebook ID के छ, तपाईको Instagram के छ. So many people write those things also, like WhatsApp के छ. So this thing you should not give, right? Your Twitter, nobody wants you. What is your Twitter account? I don't want to follow your Twitter account. So there are some irrelevant data say information. Simply write a list of duties under work experience. Remember, you are selling yourself. So again, either by resume or by CV. This paper is something which makes you a very great product, or like yourself to present, and people will find interest on you, they'll hire you. So you are just selling yourself, you are making yourself a very branded or very precious product. So don't take this, I'm saying product, don't take in a very wrong way. I'm just saying that people should hire you looking at your CV. Use flashy or large fonts. So again, font is very important. So font size, you have to be consistent, and don't use many flashy shadow type of fonts, or funny fonts, or like fancy fonts. So don't use those type of font designs. There is no single way to write CV. It is your document that मैले भनिसके. I'm not judging any format of CV. I know you can write in a different way. Resume can be judged, but CV, there is like people can come with millions of formats, for writing a CV. It is a document and can be structured as presented as you wish within a basic framework. So एउटा basic framework मा जुनमा चाहिँ education, तपाईको experience, तपाईको publication. So these are the key elements which you have to include, but how you include depends upon you. And whatever if you want to write that, okay, my hobbies is this, I love singing, I go for walking every day, I like the book written by Chetan Bhagat or written by this is BP Koirala, so different things you can write. Important thing is to remember that the first impression employer will have you, right? So तपाईँले चाहिँ मेन्सन गर्ने बेला सुरुमा चाहिँ के लेखिराख्नु. So generally when I write my CV, so I write my experience, working experience. So that is the first impression I give in my CV, so that people will look that what I have done so far and why I am important to this work, or why the company should hire me, or any person or professor should hire me for higher studies in his lab. So that is the most important thing. So it is your marketing brochure. मैले भनिसकेँ नि त्यो टेम्प्लेटहरु हुन्छ. So it is like a marketing brochure which you are trying to sell yourself. Again, अब now चाहिँ हामी के छ भन्दाखेरि हामी अलिकति एनालाइसिसमा आउँछौँ है. कस्तो कस्तो सेक्सन्स हुन्छ हैन CV मा, resume मा, हैन के छ त्यसमा खराब, हैन कुन चाहिँ CV मा, resume. So mainly we are focusing, I'm not differentiating यो sections मा चाहिँ मैले differentiate गरेको छैन CV र त्यसलाई. I'm just focusing on the different elements है. So I'm not differentiating CV and resume, because even I will tell you like to write to tell this document as a resume, but हाम्रो चाहिँ information यति धेरै हुन्छ, हामी resume पनि 2 पेज को बनाउँछौं हैन, and that turns out to be a CV in a different way. So I'm just analyzing these things. So what you can see here is so this is a HSC officer CV sample. So different sections are राख्नु भएको छ हैन. So personal summary छ. So these things like यसमा चाहिँ कस्तो छ भन्दाखेरि यसमा हेर्नुस् है, पुरै एउटा प्याराग्राफ लेखेको छ हैन. key skills is pointed out हैन, experience is at the down हैन, सबभन्दा लास्टमा छ. सेकेन्ड तपाईको यो अर्कोमा के छ भन्दाखेरि पर्सनल स्टेटमेन्ट कति लामो छ हैन, तपाईको सेकेन्डमा जुन चाहिँ यो एरोले देखाएको छ हैन. एन्ड देन अनदर इज लाइक ल्याङ्ग्वेज स्किल्स, अ लट अफ लाइक ओके स्पोकन इंग्लिश, रिटन इंग्लिश. सो एउटा ल्याङ्ग्वेज के बारेमा यति धेरै छ हैन. देन आईटी स्किल्स, देन दिस थिंग्स है. सो लट अफ थिंग्स इज मिसम्याच जस्तो क्रोनोलोजी अलिकति मिला छैन जस्तो लाग्छ है. So what are the important parts where you have to focus a lot when you are writing a CV or resume? The thing is like language skills. So यति धेरै लेख्नु पर्दैन. What you can write, okay, level A, level B you can write हैन. So most of the CV include that हैन. I also do include हैन. So which is my mother tongue and which is my learning languages. Like English is always learning languages हैन. Nepali is your mother tongue, so you can there is no question that what is the level you achieved so far in that thing हैन. तपाईको IT skills, awards and scholarships हैन, different कुन awards कुन scholarship कुन एजेन्सीबाट कुन अर्गनाइजेसनबाट पाउनु भयो, कुन इयरमा तपाईको exchange studies or internships, relevant work experience, तपाईको relevant extracurricular activities हैन. So these are something हैन which is very important. Sorry. Okay. So now look at this है. यो एउटा चाहिँ तपाईको resume छ. अब चाहिँ I have pointed out few things हैन which I find that what is bad about it. So you can see that picture. So no picture please. So generally resume ma हामी picture राख्दैनौं है. So कुनै कुनै जस्तो European CV हरुमा के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि they ask for pictures. Whenever you are sending some CVs or resume to US, then they don't want your pictures in your CV or your resume. So resume ma to pictures राख्ने हुँदैन हैन, but CV is optional. So CV could be of different format. Europe asks your pictures to be included in your CV. US don't ask your pictures to be included in your CV for in different companies or most of the companies and the universities. So someone of you can ask me that no, US also allows photo. So it also depends again case to case on the CV. CV basis ma case to case ma huncha. So what you can see अर्को हेर्नुस् यहाँ यो जुन Britney लेखा छ हैन. So the font is very like fancy thing हैन, curly type को छ हैन, and like font should be the thing is your font should be very legible and professional. No cursive writing or मा जस्तो लेख्छ नि त्यस्तो लेख्नु हुँदैन. Email address must be professional, no nickname है. So अब तपाईले चाहिँ तपाईको email, another thing is email है. When now if you're like if you were in grade 8 or तपाईँ बच्चामा हुनुहुन्थ्यो भने तपाईले okay this हैन funky boy @ this thing हैन, अनि त्यसपछि okay princess.1993 हैन, त्यस्तो गरेर चाहिँ त्यो emailहरु चाहिँ never use in your CV हैन. So that also reflects your personality. So the most important way you can write your make your email for professional purposes, just your name dot what is your surname. So that is the most used format of writing emails हैन, for a different purpose, professional use, even in your university if you have a university email ID. Another is objective. The summary and the objectives are better suited for the cover letter, right? So cover letter ma चाहिँ तपाईले चाहिँ लेख्न सक्नुहुन्छ. But again if you have like some of these things in a small एकदमै सानो short form मा लेख्नु छ भने you can write education है. So look, bachelors of business administration include also measures. So in which either you have done bachelor in business administration in marketing or finance or like economics or like which type of like or corporate financing. So different things are there, so you have to mention that. Another you can see this in the work experience. So this section is like reviewed books for 10 smaller companies. So it should be very specific. It should better sell the accounting experience, explain the project that you contributed. So तपाईले चाहिँ यस्तो चाहिँ मैले ठीक छ 10 वटा किताब लेखे, I have climbed 10 mountains. So which mountains you have climbed? You should be very specific to those things. Another is like you can see this sections हैन, field client forms हैन जुन लेखा छ है. This sounds too remedial, include why these talks were important to the business. So irrelevant talks are answered phone. If you are at your office and you are working for something, so even you are clerk or your receptionist. So if you are receptionist, so when you are applying for a receptionist or a clerk, then do you think that it is good to write that okay, I answered phone calls? So whenever phone call came, I used to answer that. So that's not a very specific thing. Another you can see this Burger. There is another work experience. Burger, he was a cashier. Right? So does this really need to be included? What does this have to do with the accounting? So this job is for accounting. Cashier, help manager with inventory. Trained other cashier. So so what is the important about this? So you have to mention very specific things. Now, what is the good about it? So look, the good thing about this CV is like it is like accomplished mentor relation. So this is something objectives or he is passionate about. So immediate past maile ke accomplished garecha chaha, and what are the he have mentioned those things in bullet points. And then professional experience यसले गरेछ हैन, अनि त्यसपछि सबै प्रोफेसनल एक्सपिरियन्सलाई एउटा डेट एउटा टाइमलाइन अनुसारले र what was his responsibilities हैन, that is mentioned. So in this this is more compiling to me हैन, and the format is very convincing हैन and eye catching. So this is good about this. Now now put in the practice. So whenever you are making some resume or you're making CV, So use 6 minutes to work on your achievement statement. तपाईको achievement statement जुन हुन्छ नि, so results demonstrating through your job duties. So त्योबाट चाहिँ तपाईले चाहिँ 6 minutes, so you need to work 6 minutes. And so this is basically a random theory, हैन. So you can also work your convenient way, हैन, because if I'm saying 6 minutes, some people will come and argue that why only 6 minutes, it could be 60 minutes. So this is just a random theory, so this is a theory based which could be applied to case basis, so it is one of the standard thing. So use 1 minute to share your partner, so whenever you are doing those things, so you also take 1 minute to share your partner, so that you can get some critics back, and you can improve it. Within 2 minutes, let your partner to give you feedback, on how the achievement statement. So you can get some feedback or critics, and that can be refined and stood out. Then त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ refine गर्न सक्छौं, and then we can correct it. Again, तपाईको चाहिँ whenever you are putting your achievement statement, then the thing is grammar should be very well, your English, your literature should be very well. It should not be very random, तपाईको चाहिँ grammar यता छ, active छ कि passive छ. So you should also look in those terms, so the verb should be in past tense, that is achievement which is already been finished. Subject or a task, key subject or task, what action have been applied, what is it is a quantitative or qualitative results, so it should be clear. So for examples, मैले दुईटा दिएको छु, तपाईलाई चाहिँ achievement statement, so there is one like led a team of 5 to test run a client database within 2 weeks that resulted in a good marketing adoption. So this is very confined, यो अलिकति तपाईलाई चाहिँ critical thinking way बाट पनि बुझ्न सकिन्छ, हैन. So उले चाहिँ एउटा 5 जनाको टिमलाई रन गर्यो, हैन, एउटा टेस्ट अफ डिफरेंट क्लाइन्ट को डाटाबेस बाट, हैन, 2 वीक्स को लागि. एन्ड जसले चाहिँ तपाईको एउटा मार्केटिङ स्ट्र्याटेजीलाई चाहिँ एडप्सन गर्न चाहिँ भनेपछि राम्ररी एडप्ट गर्न सक्यो कि एउटा चाहिँ एक्सपेरिमेन्ट गर्यो, एन्ड that turns out to be very good, and acceptable in the society or in the market. Another is successfully ran creative programs for children's age 4 to 6 and taught them expressiveness through painting and storytelling. So this is also achievement, so he used a technique, painting and storytelling for a certain age group of people, so and then it was creative, and they become successful, so that they saw it as a achievement. Now what you should do for a personal statement, so again 6 minutes to work on these, 3 guiding questions, so 3 question को लागि 2 minutes लगाएर तपाईले सोच्नुस्, हैन, and then you can come with a very good personal statement, so what should you like to learn from the internship program or the job, what are your strength or weakness, job fit and development areas, जुन चाहिँ define गर्नुपर्छ तपाईले त्यसमा. Which skills do you want to develop, expand तपाईको त्यो कुरोमा चाहिँ तपाईले चाहिँ explain गर्नुपर्ने, prioritize गर्नुपर्छ, हैन. So use 1 minute to share your partner again, so यो भइसकेपछि चाहिँ 1 minute partnerलाई दिनुस्. 2 minute चाहिँ उले चाहिँ लगाउँछ तपाईलाई feedback दिन, critics दिन, and then you can define and stood out again, and this will turn out to be a very good personal statement again. Now tools, we are at the end, I mean in तिर छौ, हैन, time पनि probably how much minute I have, Avas?
18 minutes.
18 minutes, okay, very well. I'm also at the last, so look, tools of writing CV and resume. So there are a lot of tools. There might be a lot of tools in the internet, but what I generally use most, म चाहिँ धेरै जसो के युज गर्छु त्यो चाहिँ म भन्छु, हैन. So don't be a lot of judging on these things, because you might find something more creative or like impressive, which I present here. So I generally use 3 tools, MS Word and LaTeX, So LaTeX, sorry, it should be over leap, so LaTeX is a tool, where you make documents through coding, and Europass. So Europass is a European Union recommended tool, so they help us to write cover letter, so एउटा वेब बेस्ड टुल छ जसले चाहिँ तपाईले चाहिँ लगइन गरेपछि तपाईलाई चाहिँ सिभीहरु बनाउन सजिलो गर्छ है. So for a few seconds I will so this much, so this is the final thing. So I will come back here. So this is not my end, so I will stop sharing and then again reshare. Sorry, I will new share now, and I will share the thing. So can you share this screen? Can you share the new see the new screen?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, so this is LaTeX. So LaTeX is a tool to write documents, right? So generally researchers, university people, they use LaTeX, to make thesis, right? Thesis or different papers or. So these are this left side, there is a code, written, and content is also written there, so what happened in this is when you develop a format, and you write the codes, so you don't bother about the beauty of LaTeX is that you don't bother about the font size, the color, and the formatting, the line spacing. एकपल्ट भइसकेपछि वर्डहरुमा चाहिँ ISO 3 है वर्ड LaTeX र तपाईको Europass. I'm not talking about Word because all of you know about Word. How does Word work? So what the problem in the Word is, let's say every step you have to resize the word. You might have to resize the word, if you are copying something from somewhere, right? And or if you are adding something, तपाईको आफ्नै पर्सनल डकुमेन्टबाट कतैबाट कपी गरेर एड गरिराख्नु भएको छ भने चाहिँ तपाईलाई चाहिँ ती फेरि रिसाइज गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. In case of LaTeX, so it doesn't matter from in which font you copy, so whenever you put in the code, it will reflect in the format, so this is ISO, this is a format of MIT, MIT ko format ho yo resume ko. So this side is the code, and when we keep writing, we keep changing. For example, just to Saurabh Bajaj भन्ने छ है. So I will go here. Sorry. Just a second. Okay. So you Saurabh Bajaj, so just the thing is, what you do is wherever you have written this thing, तपाईको चाहिँ पर्सनल डिटेल राख्नु भएको छ, हैन. सो त्यहाँनिर गएर तपाईले चाहिँ चेन्ज गर्नु भयो भने, हैन, जस्तो म चाहिँ यहाँ सौरभ बजाजको ठाउँमा अब यो मैले पहिलेदेखि यो चाहिँ मेरो साथीको छ, हैन. This CV is of my friend. So I'm just writing Akash Dio, and you just compile here, and it will just change. So I'm not changing any font, I'm not mentioning any font, and it will make the font very clear. So this is the thing, this is the beauty of LaTeX. So another I will show you about, just give me a second, okay. So this is of IIT, so IIT ma yo 2-page resume cha, so few information is mine, I just changed, so few information is mine, and there is again a code, so this is IIT based resume design. So again, the code I have already told you, and another is Europass. Can you see Europass screen?
Yes.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is
visible, right? Okay. So look, this is Europass. This is basically recommended by European Union. So whenever you go to Europe or you are trying to study in Europe, so what I will do is I will just go to the main page here. So it's just Europe, EUROPA.eu. So I will write that in chat box, and you can follow this. So Sorry, so what happened here? Okay. So that's all.